morning, everyone. It is a Monday. I have to laugh. This morning, there was yet another hater, and I say that laughingly, who posted a very well written negative comment on Murder in the Village. Now, I say that and preface it with this. That particular hater's name is Charles Benson. For those of you who do not know Charles, his nickname is Corky. He is the president of our HOA. Now, the backstory of Mr. Benson is this. He and his cronies, in their very first HOA meeting, or maybe it was the second HOA meeting, called all of the former board members liars and thieves, accused board members of stealing checks, of not keeping up with inventory, you name it, we all got blamed for it, of not following 723 and rules and regs, and it goes on and on and on. Okay. So, the very first meeting that Mr. Benson and his board members had, they violated Robert's Rules of Order. Robert's Rules of Order were set in place for legal reasons, because minutes in any meeting that is had for any business, for any 501c3, for any charitable organization, is put in place for a reason. Number one, it can be used in court. So the very first meeting, they did not call the meeting to order at such and such a time, at such and such a date. They did not call roll. They just looked around and said, oh, we're all here, we have a quorum, and proceeded with the meeting. They have continually violated the bylaws and 723. They have a subcommittee for House and Grounds. You can't have a subcommittee because it is not legally recognized. House and Grounds is the only legal committee that can sit down with management. They have continually berated former board members. So that's the backstory of why this live is going on. As I said, Mr. Benson allegedly, because I trust him like I trust Charles Manson, put up a review. He owned it. I give him credit for that. He owned it. Very well written. And he thought it would shut me up. Apparently, he does not understand that I took on an entire county family and children's services and beat them at their own camp. Anyway, the reason he allegedly put this review up is because I archived the HOA Facebook page. You ask me why. Well, it's like this, ladies and gentlemen. After the disrespect and the ugliness that this board has caused former members, not just myself, but other boards, it's time they took on their own responsibilities. They wanted me to transition the HOA page to them so they could control the content. Well, that would be a no. So, their first email was very condescending. They started off with false flattery, which those of you who know me know I do not do false flattery. No. You can't flatter me into doing anything, especially false flattery. And I know that it's false flattery. Then they gave me a deadline, which was 2 days ago, to transition the page. Number one, Those of you who know me know I don't I don't handle threats, I don't handle deadlines, nothing. So I thought about it. I sent him a nice little email back and said, um, since I set up this page, I have chosen to archive it, which I can do. Go build another one. I got another condescending email. This time, at the end of the left-handed compliment, I roll my eyes at that one, they said, we firmly request that you transition this page. Well, the issue with that is the last time I was firmly requested to do anything was when I was 2 years old. So, this is my answer. Go get your own Facebook page. Now, they have put that on their agenda for their meeting on Wednesday night. What are they going to do? I don't care. That aside, Mr. Benson put up a very well-written, and I know it's not from him, he's not that well-read, negative review for Murder in the Village. As you all know, is a dramedy, a satire, it's fiction. But what I find amazing is there are certain people here in this community that can't wait to read it and then want to bash it, but if they want to read it to see if maybe they are in it. I find it so amusing that they do this when I have people who are saying, Yvonne, we want to be in one of your books. Murder in the Village is fiction, people. If you take it literal, I don't know what to tell you. Now, one of his comments in this review was it was written with childlike quality. Well, in creative writing, if you've ever been in a creative writing class, which I've taken many, I've taught many. I had to take a writing class in college, and the reason for that was any reports that I might have written were technical, which were dry as bone dust. In creative writing, you do not want your reader to be bogged down by $30 or $40 words. Once in a while, a new word that someone might not know the meaning to is great because it teaches them to look up a word. However, you don't want the entire book to be technical writing or $30 words. People get bored with it. I had a reader this morning say the reason I read the book, it's an easy read. People read for entertainment. They learn things, but they also read for entertainment. Some of the best authors I ever read, like Janet Ivanovich, very simplistic, hysterically funny, but very simplistic. Why use $30 and $40 words to bore your audience? I don't write that way. Now, if I want to use $30 and $40 words, go read my true crimes. They're filled with $30 and $40 words because they are taken from original transcripts from the files. If you want to read my historical fiction, there are some $30 and $40 words in there. When I do a cozy murder mystery or a dramedy, yeah, I made up, it's a new genre. When I do a comedy or a drama or a cozy murder mystery, it's an easy read. The reason I want it to be an easy read is because if you, the reader, are on a plane, in a car, in a doctor's office, or just at home wanting to relax and not have to worry about deep thinking of what you're reading, Murder in the Village is a great read. When I was 12 years old, I read War and Peace. I also read Dr. Zhivago. I also read Truman Capote's In Cold Blood. Yeah, 12 years old. Those are hard reads. I was 12. Those are very hard reads. I wasn't reading for entertainment. I was reading to learn as much as I could. When I read Janet Ivanovich, I read for entertainment. When I read Amanda Lee's books, and her books are amazing. Her freaky books, you can just zip right through. And there's a reason for that. I just want to read. I don't want to have to think about a word. I don't want to have to think about what I'm reading. I just want to read for pure entertainment. That is what Murder in the Village is about. It is pure entertainment. The reason Mr. Benson put that review up is because he is mad about real life events. All I can say to Mr. Benson is, bless your heart. I am not sure that the 3 negative reviews out of 16 reviews, I'm not even sure these people even understood the context of the book. It's a parody. Yeah, there's a second book. Duct tape, tarp, and a shovel. People have to understand art imitates life. If you haven't read the book, read it, judge for yourself. Because I'm telling you, life is so much more interesting than fiction. Those of you who have never read Tangled Minds, that was one of the first books I wrote in 2006. That book is loosely based on my oldest daughter's bad decisions. As soon as she read it, she called me and she said, "Mama, the book is about me, isn't it?" I said, "Yes, it is." No, you did not do some of the stupid things that are in the book, but it is based on your bad decisions. Does it make you a bad person? No, it doesn't. But it tells a story about life. Murder in the Village is a story about life. It's about jealousies. It's about insecurities. It's about lack of self-confidence. Could it be about lupus? Maybe. I've been asked that question many times. In fact, one of the negative reviews, the one that came in yesterday that I did a 6:45 live on, intimated that maybe it could be going on in this community. Of course, the review was so rambling, I'm going, what the hell? But who knows? Who cares? If you cannot laugh at yourself, somebody will do it for you. The wonderful friend of mine, who is a premier drag queen, who helped me with Pink Canary, she is such a blessing. She sent me a note and she said, "You know what? I am so glad that I am on this journey with you." Yes, her real name is used in all the books that she appears in. And she loves it. Vicki Lane, you are an amazing human being. You and Penelope, and Penelope's a real person too. Penelope, aka Peter, told me one time that he wanted to die in a plane crash so that he would be famous. Peter, you don't have to die in a plane crash, sweetheart. You made your appearance in the Pink Canary. You've shown up in When Fates Collide, Mardi Gras Bound. Showed up in When Fates Collide, Arm Candy. Y'all showed up in Shady Rest. That is a cozy murder mystery, and that's where I introduced 3 more characters. So if you haven't read Shady Risk, go get it. And you also showed up in Murder in the Village because you guys would not let me finish this book without y'all coming to play. You get introduced to him in The Pink Canary. Ladies and gentlemen, writing is a passion. I write what the voices in my head tell me to write. I have to write. I have to write art imitating life. Because life is just too funny. I get people, I understand people, I observe people, I know people. And when someone is screaming as loud as these 3 negative reviews are screaming, it tells me that there's more to their story. And maybe they are feeling a bit guilty for the skeletons that are in their closet. I don't know. I leave it for my readers to decide. I leave it for these 3 negative reviewers to decide. But I have to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, ever since they posted those reviews, the book sales are out of this world. And you know why? Because people that were sitting on the fence ordered the book. They want to know what all the hype is about. It's a dramedy. It is a dramedy. It could be at any place, in any city, in any state. And what I find so amusing is 2 of the 3 negative reviews say, we live in this trailer park. We live in this trailer park. I never said where the setting of my story was. Never said it. Never mentioned it. Number 1, we do not live in a trailer park. We live in a 55 plus community and manufactured homes. If you talk about living in a trailer park, it's like half a block west of me. There are rules and regs that we have to abide by in this mobile home community. So if you think you live in a trailer park, I suggest you reevaluate your standards. I don't live in a trailer park. I live in a 55 plus mobile home community. I have very high standards. Now, what is even funnier, ladies and gentlemen, what just is absolutely funnier is the second review that was negative. I don't know if this person was drunk on drugs or at a loss for words, but I need your help. According to them, I am a scorned woman. I'm 80 years old. I'm lonely, but yet I have a lover named JD who I call Coffee. Now, number 1, who is JD? Please let me know. If you find this mystery person, introduce me to him because I have very high standards. I was married to the best. I don't settle. Second of all, when you see memes about coffee on my Facebook page, any one of you that know me know that coffee is my go-to drink. It's what keeps me sane. It's what keeps me awake since I don't sleep. So where they got, that name's not anywhere in the book. Now, if they want to talk about Detective Joe Friday, yes, he's in the book. He just wants the facts. For those of you who are a certain age, you understand the play on the name. So, if you want to talk negative about the book, I'm okay with that. Get it up there to number 1. If you want to bash me personally, that's not a book review. If you want to bash me personally, number 1, own it. Put your name on it, which the first 2 did not do. If you want to bash me personally, have the guts to face me. Because, honey, I will cut your legs out from under you every single time with my words. If you want to bash me personally, I don't care. I know who I am. I worked hard to get here. Worked very hard to get here. Your level of stupidity exponentially exceeds my level of intelligence. Think about that one. If you want to bash me personally because your lack of self-confidence, your lack of self-respect, and your lack of a life is your issue, I got nothing. If you want my life, you can't have it because you would not survive it. I am indifferent to you. I don't like you. I don't hate you. I'm just indifferent to you. But I do want to thank you. Thank you so much for your negative reviews, for your personal bashing on what was supposed to be a book review, on your misinformation of who I am and what I'm about. I am not a lonely old woman. I am not 80 years old. I don't know how I aged 6 years overnight, but okay, if that's what you think. I have a fulfilling life. I have a business I run. I enjoy my life. I enjoy my company. I'm indifferent to you. But thank you. Thank you very, 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 very much for your negative reviews. Because you know what it did? It just reiterated the fact that Murder in the Village is worth reading. It is worth spending $6.99 for. And let me tell you something else, you three people. You put yourself in the frame. Nobody else did. You did it to yourself. Have a good day, everybody. And get ready for duct tape, tarp, and a shovel. And don't forget, Wednesday at 11 o'clock, my co-host Mary Brotherton and I will be talking about this very same thing, among other things. Her book, Faith and Folly, is now live on Kindle. And pretty soon it will be live on paperback and hardback, and hopefully Audible if I can get it up, because she recorded it. If not, we'll do something else. So join us Wednesday at 11 o'clock when we do our live on Off the Chain, which is my other page. Until then, enjoy Murder in the Village. Laugh a lot. Life is too short.